Thank you, Morgan, for that beautiful rendition of America. Let us join our hearts in prayer. Most gracious and loving God, we gather before you this day in celebration of life, changing and growing in and before you. We pray that your Spirit would engulf our hearts this day, so that all we do and say will be bound by your will for us. We pray in particular for these graduates before you who hold their dreams and visions deeply within their hearts filled with expectancy toward a bright future. And now, O Lord, by your providence, guide us, sustain us, lift us, hold us, be with us in our joy and excitement as we experience with fullness the gift of this day. To you, O God, our Redeemer, Sustainer, and Creator, we pray. Amen. Please be seated. Degree candidates and family members and honored guests, faculty administrators and staff, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the chairman of the University Board of Trustees, L. Dwayne Wilson, class of 1962.
Thank you, Chaplain Francis, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 138th commencement exercises at the University of Tulsa. Degree candidates, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I congratulate each of you on completing your studies, and I commend you for preparing yourself to be a lifelong contributor, both in the workplace and in the larger community. We wish you every success in those endeavors in the coming years. Congratulations also to parents, family members, and many, many friends who supported these students throughout the years and helped bring them to this day. Your many investments in these individuals is reflected in the success that we all celebrate here this morning. We encourage our graduates to remain active in the life of TU as alumni, and we ask for your continued partnership, which is very essential as we move forward to maintain and build this great university for generations of students to come. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the president of the University of Tulsa, Gerard P. Clancy, MD.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and a warm welcome to each of our degree candidates, family members and friends, faculty and other visitors today, including those who are watching us online. Today really is a celebration, so when the time comes, please show your pride, please show your joy in today, because it is a happy, happy day. But I will begin by recognizing the representatives seated on the platform. I will ask these individuals to stand as I call their names and to remain standing until everyone has been introduced. Please hold your applause until the end. Beginning with our trustees, Chairman L. Dwayne Wilson, who just greeted us, Barbara Allen, Catherine G. Coyle, Frederick Dorwart, Dr. John Forrest, Andrew McKay, A.H. Chip McElroy, Sanjay Meshri, Charles Monroe, Ross O. Swimmer, Clifton L. Talbert, Steve Turnbow, Dana S. Weber, and Trustee Emeritus Bert Holmes. Also seated on the platform are the following university representatives: Adrian Alexander, RM, and Ida McFarland, Dean of the Library; J. Philip Applegate, Dean of Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning; Roger Blaze, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs; Kevin Buck, Executive Vice President and Treasurer; Jacqueline Caldwell, Vice President for Diversity and Engagement; Lynn Enseroth, Dean of the College of Law. the Reverend Jeffrey C. Francis Sharp, Chaplain. Janet Haggerty, Dean of the Graduate School and Vice Provost for Research. Kayla Hale, Vice President for Institutional Advancement. Ralph Jackson, Associate Dean of the Collins College of Business. Earl Johnson, Vice President for Enrollment and Student Services. Dwayne King, Vice President for Museum Affairs and Director of the Helmrich Center for American Research. Kalpana Misra, Dean of the Henry Kendall College of Arts and Sciences. Susan Neal, Vice President for Public Affairs, Research, and Economic Development. Robin Ploger, Interim Dean of the Oxley College of Health Sciences. And James Sorum, Dean of the College of Engineering and Natural Sciences. Finally, welcome also to Katie Ahrens, TU Class of 2001 and Master's Class of 2002, and President of the Alumni Association. Dr. Bradley Brummel, President of the TU Faculty Senate. Haley Anderson, President of the TU Student Association. And Jackie Griffin, President of the Tulsa chapter of the Alumni Association. Jackie is also a member of the Class of 2003 and the TU Class of 2006. Please join me in recognizing all of these colleagues. And you all may be seated now as well. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Provost of the University of Tulsa, Dr. Roger Blaise.
Thank you, President Clancy. The Marcy Lawless Service Award is granted to the graduating student who most closely emulates the generous spirit, creativity, and commitment to others demonstrated by TU First Lady Emerita, Marcy Lawless. I'm pleased to ask this year's recipient to come forward to receive this honor. Please join me in welcoming Senior Whitney Cipolla. I want you to stand here while we say some nice things about you. Whitney Cipolla is a senior majoring in English and Women's and Gender Studies with a minor in education. Alongside her full academic schedule and 4.0 grade point average, she's put together an impressive resume of leadership and community service. Whitney has volunteered at the Little Lighthouse and is a reading partner at Kendall Whittier Elementary School. As an assistant coach with the YWCA's Girls on the Run program, she taught 3rd through 5th grade girls life skills including goal setting, self-esteem, coping with emotions, and standing up to bullying. Whitney also volunteers as a special events coordinator of Youth Services of Tulsa. As a certified bystander intervention trainer, she also works with TU's Advocacy Alliance to conduct sexual violence prevention training here on campus. Whitney is a member of Kappa Delta sorority and has held leadership positions in the Student Association, Student Senate, the Student Alliance for Violence Education, United Campus Ministry, Society for Gender Equality, Panhellenic, and Order of Omega. Her nominator noted that Whitney is, quote, the kind of person who leaves every place better than she finds it, and the impact she has had on those around her is immeasurable, end quote. Whitney, in recognition of your inspired service on behalf of the students, faculty, administration, and staff, I'm pleased to present you this award certificate, which carries with it a stipend of $1,200 and our heartfelt congratulations. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker. We didn't need to go very far to find someone with exemplary leadership experience. Dr. Gerard Clancy became the University of Tulsa's 20th president on November 1st of this year. He joined the university in January 2015 as Vice President of Health Affairs and Dean of the newly formed Oxley College of Health Sciences. Dr. Clancy previously served at the University of Oklahoma, Tulsa. He joined OU in 2001 as Dean of the College of Medicine and Professor of Psychiatry. He also held the Morningside Healthcare Foundation Endowed Chair in Leadership. He then went on to serve 8 years as president of OU Tulsa. Under Dr. Clancy's leadership, the OU Tulsa Schusterman Center added more than $327 million in facilities, academic degree programs, faculty chairs, and student scholarships. Dr. Clancy's innovations include new after-hours clinics, in-home health teams, mobile psychiatric teams, and working partnerships with more than 100 community agencies. These and other advances help transform both medical education at OU Tulsa and our community's healthcare delivery network. Here at TU, within his first month as president, Dr. Clancy held a series of meetings with stakeholder groups to begin planning TU's next chapter. These conversations are focused on innovation, efficiency, and demographic shifts in the college-bound population. In 2011, Dr. Clancy served as chairman of the board of the Tulsa Metro Chamber of Commerce. In 2014, he served as campaign chair and chairman of the board of the Tulsa Area United Way. Tulsa People magazine named him the 2009 Tulsan of the Year, and in 2014, he was invited to work on international health disparities with the World Health Organizations. Dr. Clancy earned his bachelor's and medical degrees from the University of Iowa, where he later served as a faculty member and vice chairman of the Department of Psychiatry. He also is a graduate of the Harvard University programs in healthcare policy and management and the nonprofit financial stewardship. And he served on active duty in the United States Air Force as a flight surgeon. President Clancy and his wife Paula have been married more than 30 years and have 3 children. Sam, an attorney, Mary, a graduate speech pathology student here at TU, and Joseph, a senior at Bishop Kelly High School. Please join me now in welcoming President Clancy.
Thank you, Roger. And again, good morning to everyone. And again, my heartfelt congratulations to all of you. Well, there's several ways we could begin a conversation about the significance of your achievement today. But today, I think I'll start about talking about our passports, my passport and your passport. We all know what our passports allow us to do. We can travel many places and cross borders. So today we're going to talk about places, borders, and bridges. When we talk about going places, we're also talking about crossing borders to places we've never been before. And to talk about borders is to sometimes talk about division in its many forms: geographic, social, cultural, and ideological. There are borders and divisions in our society that play out to some extent quietly, or at least some extent unseen. Informally, here in Tulsa, we refer to parts of our town as North Tulsa, South Tulsa, East Tulsa, West Tulsa, and Midtown. Where those borders begin and where they end is up to debate, and our news crews repeatedly report from East Tulsa, or West Tulsa, or South Tulsa. When I first came to Tulsa in 2001, our realtor was showing us homes that we were not particularly interested in. At the end of the day, we asked the realtor, where else could we go on our own? We'd still like to keep exploring Tulsa, as we did not know Tulsa very well. She advised us, you really can go anywhere you like, but make sure you don't go north of Interstate 244. Casual phrases such as that maintain these silent borders and limit the willingness of some of us to cross these borders and learn from each other and help each other and talk with each other. I know I was worried to travel north of Interstate 244 for almost 2 years after that simple, casual comment. My background in community health really exemplifies some of these local divisions that we have between North and South Tulsa. A few years ago, we looked at the data and realized that in 2005, there was a 14-year difference in life expectancy between North Tulsa and South Tulsa. It didn't take us very long to identify what some of the major causes of that were, including lack of access to health care. What happened next is really a testament to what happens when people break out and cross those borders. Several new facilities opened, including Tulsa's Health Department's North Regional Health Center, the OU Wayman Tisdale Specialty Health Clinic, the Morton Comprehensive Health Clinic, and a new Community Health Connections Clinic just up the street from here. In addition, OSU and the OUTU medical schools expanded. Thanks to these and other related efforts, by 2015, that 14-year difference in life expectancy had improved to an 11-year difference in life expectancy. Still significant, but things moving in the right direction. Part of the solution came when people started crossing those borders of North Tulsa, South Tulsa, East Tulsa, and West Tulsa. It's vital to understand that with a problem as big and as complex as health equity, you don't find the answer in one place. You have to find the answer by moving back and forth, across borders and building new bridges. Part of the answer is found sometimes in a high-rise in downtown boardroom. Another part of the answer may be found in a living room in North Tulsa with a box fan and a foot ulcer. The challenge is to have the smarts and the stamina and the willingness to keep on building and learning from each other. Now we're starting to talk about the value of a real education, one that gives you knowledge, of course, but also one that allows you to be comfortable crossing borders and getting into new territory. An education that lifts you into new perspectives and ignites you with passion for the difference that you will make in the world. Using that education as your horsepower, as your jetpack, as your Iron Man suit to do new things that are good for everyone. This, graduates, is what we celebrate today. We honor the work you've done, but we also honor the credential you have now earned that will allow you to do so much more in the future. As I discovered over my career in public health, bridge work is rewarding and challenging at the same time. My first experience came when I was a young assistant professor at the University of Iowa in 1996. I began getting out of the hospital, getting out of the boundaries of the usual clinics that doctors usually work in. And I started making house visits to the homeless and visits to the homeless on the streets, and then house calls to patients we once stabilized in their homes. Because it was a typical college town and there was trouble finding parking places, when the weather was nice, the med students and I, we would ride our bikes. And we got the nickname Sykes on Bikes. And it was quite interesting to hear people talk about the Psych on Bike team. Those experiences of getting out of the clinics and hospitals pushed me to cross even more borders. Soon, my career brought me to access to some of the largest managed care organizations in the country and their top executives. Based largely on what I had learned on the streets, I began educating those executives how mental health care could be delivered differently. On January 21st, 1998, I had truly the most bizarre day of my life. One that swung me through vastly different settings, trimmed with all sorts of historical and colorful details. That morning, I started at the homeless shelter at about 7:15. Later in the day, I was at house visits with my usual sets of patients. But by noon, I was on an airplane to Washington, D.C. And when I arrived in Washington, D.C., the town was fully abuzz. Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat was in town to meet with President Bill Clinton. It was the 25th anniversary of Roe versus Wade decision, with many demonstrations on both sides. It was also the day that the news broke of President Clinton's improprieties with Monica Lewinsky. Whatever your politics, there was something happening in D.C. that day to pique your interest or push your buttons. It all added to the surreal feeling of moving quickly through an unusual territory. Something like a crazy farmer's market of human priorities, from mental illness to Middle East conflict to women's rights. By 6 p.m., I was at dinner with the chief executive officer in a large business building in downtown Washington, D.C. And once again, I was offering advice on how to offer better mental health care. At first, I was stunned of the strangeness of the day. I had covered so much ground and crossed so many borders. And to make it even more bizarre, when I awoke the next morning, the clock radio song that woke me up was Jerry Garcia's and Grateful Dead's What a Long, Strange Trip It's Been. From the homeless shelter to corporate managed care, with Yasser Arafat, Roe versus Wade, Jerry Garcia, and Monica Lewinsky all along the way. Yes, what a strange trip it was. On my way back home, looking out the window over Washington, D.C. from the jet, I began to realize that maybe this is something we all should do more often. Taking advantage of our education, our place in society to build bridges across divides, to have one foot with those in need and the other foot with those who can make that change for those in need. You yourself become the bridge. And I want you to think about yourself now that your education has put you in that position, that you yourself can be a bridge from one border to the next border. In just a moment, you'll become alumni of the University of Tulsa. You're going to find yourselves standing in unique places in your communities, and you'll be presented with unique opportunities to build something better. I emphasize because you may not, others around you may not have these opportunities or this attitude or this heart that you now have being a University of Tulsa graduate. So wherever you can build a bridge, it doesn't need to be grandiose. Most likely you'll have to start small, but build that bridge. You can start right away in your neighborhood or your place of work. You have the knowledge and you now have the skills to make that happen. So I encourage you, get off the couch, get out of the office, get out of your neighborhood, start crossing borders, and you'll find it quite rewarding. On behalf of all of our professors and our trustees, I again say bravo and congratulations to all of you. It's time to get started. Thank you.
Thank you, President Clancy, for that important message and challenge. Now, I have the honor of presenting our degree candidates. Some of the candidates whose degrees will be granted are not able to be with us today. In addition, the College of Law held its hooding ceremony yesterday, and its graduates are represented this morning by Dean Lynn Entzeroff. An important tradition is the special recognition of students who have earned a grade point average of 3.5 or better during their total undergraduate careers at the University of Tulsa. Our recognition designates these superior grade point averages with terms that identify precise academic achievement. After each honor graduate's name is read, one of the following designations will be added: cum laude, signifying a grade point average of 3.5 to 3.79. Magna cum laude, signifying a grade point average of 3.8 to 3.99, and summa cum laude, signifying a grade point average of 4.0, an entire 4 years at the University of Tulsa without any grade that was not an A. Honor students also can be recognized by the gold tasseled cords worn around their neck. Will the candidates for degrees please rise? President Clancy, these candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for graduation, and upon recommendation of the faculty and their colleges, are now presented to you to receive the appropriate degrees.
Thank you, Provost Blaze. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Tulsa and the state of Oklahoma, I confer upon you the degrees for which your deans have recommended you, with all the honors, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto. You may now move your tassels from right to left to designate your status as graduates of the University of Tulsa. Congratulations. Well done, well done. Please be seated. We will now proceed with the awarding of individual degrees. I recognize the Dean of the Oxley College of Health Sciences, Dr. Robin Ploger.
Thank you, President Clancy. Will the bachelor's degree graduates from the Oxley College of Health Sciences please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Yeah, I don't know. Caitlin Michelle Allen. Mandel James Dixon, Jr. Miley Brooke Leatherman. Jake Michael McDonald, cum laude. Carlos Bautista Enrique, cum laude. Dylan Matthew McCloskey, cum laude.
The Oxley College of Health Science graduates may be seated. I recognize the Associate Dean of the Collins College of Business, Dr. Ralph Jackson, who is representing the college this morning on behalf of Dean Gail Sullenberger.
Thank you, President Clancy. Will the bachelor's degree graduates from the Collins College of Business please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Connor Mason Dyer. Aaron Michael Hall. Nicholas D. Taylor, cum laude. Jeffrey M. Mayberger. Christopher W. LaRufa. Xiao Jing Lan. Marshall Stephen Cornett. Janine Victoria de Leon Maestes. Crystal K. Parrott, cum laude. Sarah Jo Ward. Olivia Sorka O'Hara. Antonio Van Vanuk. Renata Kurisova, magna cum laude. Sana Henrica Sartanen, cum laude. Ronan Douglas Rogers. Lauren King. Ashley Ray Bavuso. Nanwei Wang. Alejandro Alfonso Gomez Pineda. Yang Ling Liu, magna cum laude. Yan Lin Chin. Megan Sonia Kelkar. Nima Adrian Safrafapour. Zach Bonner. John Edward Dorman III. Christopher Paul Keeling. Mindy Rebecca Koretz, cum laude. Whitley Ashton Stout, magna cum laude. Kathar Mohammed Al-Awati. Azza Ali Al-Heneni. Si Zhang. Yuan Tuan Song. Mao Kun Chin. Qing Chen Liu. Ji Yong Jin. Yi Feng Liu. Abora Richard Ermu Doman. Helen Evelyn Yoshida Char.
The Collins College of Business graduates may be seated. I now recognize the Dean of the College of Engineering and Natural Sciences, Dr. James Sorum.
Thank you, President Clancy. Will the bachelor's degree graduates from the College of Engineering and Natural Sciences please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
McKenna Sophia Hurl. Gwendolyn Marie Ludovich. Lawrence Cameron Lentz, magna cum laude. Caleb Hunter Kalins, cum laude. Ahmad Hamid Al-Husani, cum laude. Caleb James Bergquist, cum laude. Yalma Corina Oliveira. Antonio Lopez. Joseph Scott Young, cum laude. Mohammed Abdullah Al-Shariki. Q. Salah Thabit Al-Awadi. Subay Abdullah Al-Habsi. Abdulaziz Suleiman Al-Shikeli. Suab Mosa Al-Bulushi. Hatham Kalfan Al-Farsi. Many Flores Dan Ashvar. Harley Graves. Catherine Elizabeth Ball. Mohammed Salih Al-Nazi. Talal Eid Khalifa Al-Nazi. Stephen Neil Moffitt, magna cum laude. Jamie Presley. Alana Marie Babka. Yuan. Tian Yu Chin. Song Si Jin. Eric J. Wilson. Jose Fortunato Guterres. Emily Claire Collier. Mackenzie Allen Smith. Alexander M. Crook. David Charles Welch. Ryan Daniel Murphy. Catherine Ann Schuller. James Howard Whitcomb III. Richard Lee Jones. Karana Irene Gilstrap. Benjamin C. Dodekin. Courtney Brianna Picking, magna cum laude. Paul Akintade. Taylor Lynn Groves. Carmen Lenore Simone Simmons. Stevenson Fihara Miguel. Michael Jonathan Ripley. Mazin Khalifa Al-Alawi. Ali Amour Al-Hajri. Sham Karapalit Sajiv Summa cum laude. Muhammad Hariz Al-Muhammad Hasni cum laude. Mao Chin cum laude. Yakom Morhan Salim Al-Kabani cum laude. Amin Bibarak Al-Hidi. Vu Quang Li, Ji Teng Huang, Wei Xing Deng, Yi Fan Zhang, Hai Quinn Bach, Ashma Saeed Al-Darid Eid, Lamaya Fadhil Al-Shaksi, Hiba Rashid Hamoud Al-Degeshi, Rem Jabbar Al-Mobsi, Mayam Isa Al-Jabri, Parker 6, Khalid Rasim Al-Balawi, Zhong Yang Yang, cum laude, Jia Wei Han, Fan Kui Lu, Brett Philip Dawson.
The College of Engineering and Natural Science graduates may be seated. I recognize the Dean of the Henry Kendall College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Kalpana Misra.
Thank you, President Clancy. Will the bachelor's degree graduates in the Henry Kendall College of Arts and Sciences please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Whitley Ashton Stout, magna cum laude. Deanne Marie Pizarkovitz, magna cum laude. Genesis Garcia Cabrera. Sarai Torres Hurtado. Michael Edward Husted, Jr. Sebastian Robert Panetta. Luke Kirby Hembry. Mary Elizabeth Stiegel. Lauren Michelle Hellenberg, cum laude. Reggie Shetty. Chandler James Barrett, cum laude. Eunice Nagosa Shame. Maggie Lane, magna cum laude. Julia Nicole Tandy, magna cum laude. Tamiko Marie Collins, cum laude. Heather Marie Ryan, magna cum laude. Jerusha Blankenship, cum laude. Amy Cheng. Megan Lee Greer, cum laude. Renata Kurasova, magna cum laude. Otto Virgil Harrison II. Paige Kristen Boleski. Elizabeth Lynn Rule. Kaylee Britt Barnoski, magna cum laude. Aaron M. Emmerich, magna cum laude. Kirsten Elora Morales Moser. Jamie Michelle Davis, cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth King, cum laude. Aubrey Ann Hersick, cum laude. Rashad Anthony Ray. Zeke Chukwemeka Asibu. Caitlin Amelia Robbins Dorner. Matthew Rue Ferguson.
The Henry Kendall College of Arts and Sciences graduates may be seated as I recognize the Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Janet Haggerty, assisted by Adrian Alexander, RM, and Ida McFarland, Dean of the Library.
Thank you, President Clancy. Will the master's graduates please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Adam Leon Peterson. Ryan Lee Davis. Patrick Scott Pitzer. Anna Wilkinson Rachel. Kristen Lee Gray. Cody Robert Smith. Carrie Dennis. James W. Lameau II. John Clayton Allen. Alexa Nicole Maloney. Leon Nicholas Wunsch. Jeffrey Taylor Gunter. Elizabeth Danielle Smith. Taylor Cannon Hester. Brianna Iman Hedgel. Ruwan Al-Zarad. Michael W. Percy Jr. Christine Ann Bazell. Fad Babelli. Jason Michael O'Neill. Michael Edward Loomis. Anmoy Das. Mohammed Azarul Islam. Amy Trakti Moore. Labiba Ahmed Abdallah. Paula Iku. Edward Lennon. William Theodore Bryant. Feng Liu. Zachary Keene. Brian J. Poppy. Marty Elena Malone. Ashley Nicole Chapa. Oscar Anthony Chapa. Nine Hai Dong. Anwin. Shashank Shikar. Ravikiran Rilanji. Yang Liu. Abigail Neil Johnston. Yu Chin Chung. Bohan Su. Arya Arampur. Skylar Prescott. Ari Sujihado Nugroho. Danielle Marie Culp. Jennifer Alexander.
The master's graduates may be seated. Will the doctoral graduates please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas and be invested in the hoods emblematic of the Doctor of Philosophy? Dr. Benjamin Walsier.
Yeah, I can, thank you.
Dr. Joanne Isaac. Dr. Laura Kathleen McLean. Dr. Ashley Danielle Shoppy. Dr. Ramin Dabirian. Dr. Jordan Nessler Haro. Dr. Samantha Ryan Overstreet. Dr. Ashley K. Miller. Dr. Catherine Elizabeth Miller. Dr. Jessica Eileen Myers. Dr. Kit Keene. Dr. Stacy Lynn Hannebaum. Dr. Duke Hugh Vung. Dr. Chad Michael Johnson. Dr. Zachary Bruce Grimmett. Dr. Nicholas Andrew Pochenik. Dr. Joseph P. Willis. Dr. Victoria Lee Tracy. Dr. Namik Kirlik. Dr. Alicia Desiree Odewale. Dr. Daya Nidi Marasini. Dr. Indemini Jesikara. Dr. Jayasingam Nivathan.
Congratulations, graduates. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to present those who will bring the charge to the graduates. We will hear first from the President of the Student Association, Haley Anderson, followed by the President of the University of Tulsa Alumni Association, Katie Ahrens.
Board of Trustees, President Clancy, faculty, staff, friends, family, and class of 2016, it is an honor to address you on this special day. Today is a turning point for all of you. Today, you've walked across the stage, you'll say goodbye to what was and head in completely different directions. You'll disperse to different cities, fields of work, or new areas of study. Today has a unique meaning for each and every one of you. You will all find your own pieces of success, greatness, and fulfillment. But even though you're headed on diverging paths, one thing remains that will forever unite you, being a part of the TU family. You'll always share the blue and gold game days, those late nights in the library cramming for a final exam or finishing up a huge paper. That Chick-fil-A sandwich that tasted just a little bit better because it's a Friday afternoon and you made it through the end of the week. The homecoming bonfire that may or may not have been the biggest in the state of Oklahoma, and the fight song that you almost perfected by the end of your final semester. These are the moments that will bind you no matter where you go next. But still, after today, they'll only be memories. Those things of the past that you'll look back on occasionally as you're busy making new ones. We all have to let go of what was and let ourselves move forward. But as you leave today and forge ahead to what's next, there are a few things I would urge you to hold on to. Don't lose that excitement you had on your first day of class and your intense desire for success. Keep up your determination to put in the long hours and the late nights just to make sure you get it right. Don't forget your heart for service and your willingness to give a little bit more of yourself than you expect to get back. Stay adventurous and don't be afraid to take a risk or two. Don't get so serious that you forget to laugh once or twice a day. Love yourself enough to go ahead and order that late night cheese pizza because even though you're not on a college diet anymore, I promise you'll still deserve it. But most importantly, don't lose your passion. Stay hungry for that thing you love to do and never let go of it. And finally, hold on to your pride for the Golden Hurricane. We'll always be looking forward to what's next, but you can't let yourself forget what got you there in the first place. J.K. Rowling once said, "The stories we love best do live in us forever." So graduates, I encourage you to keep this story close at hand as you continue on the next step of your journey. And remember that no matter where life takes you, TU will always be there to welcome you home.
Do you remember the first time you stepped on campus? Or the moment that you realized TU was exactly where you needed to be? Will you ever forget the walk you just took across this very stage? As alumni of this incredible university, we get to carry that pride with us for a lifetime. But your TU experience doesn't end here. As you make plans for your future, remember that no matter where you go, you are always a member of the TU family, and automatically a member of the TU Alumni Association. With 12 chapters and 22 clubs across the world, the TU Alumni Association is here for you. Through those clubs and chapters, you can build a network in a new city, help recruit students to your alma mater, or continue to show what it means to be a true blue neighbor in your community. I encourage you to come back to visit often, especially at homecoming. Stay connected with your alma mater by regularly visiting tualumni.com. There you can keep your address and email up to date, find out about current news and exciting events going on at TU and around the various chapters and clubs across the nation. Share all of your wonderful experiences and accomplishments with your peers. Be sure to follow TU Alumni Association on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Also some images from today I'm sure will be found on there as well. On behalf of the TU Alumni Association, congratulations to all you've achieved. We wish you only the best for your future. Go TU.
Well, thank you, Jackie, and thank you, Haley. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a final round of applause of the 138th graduating class of the University of Tulsa. As we close our ceremonies today, we will sing the Alma Mater, which is printed on the back of your program. Following that, Sharp Chaplain Jeff Francis will return to offer the benediction. Oh, one more. Almost made it through without a mistake. And now, please welcome TU Senior Morgan Kavanaugh as she returns to lead us in the Alma Mater.
Morgan, thank you again for leading us in our alma mater. And before we depart, a brief note to families. If you would like to take photographs of your graduate near the stage, I would invite you to come to the stage immediately following the recessional. Now, graduates, I have one question for you. Are you ready? Are you ready to go to the turning point, to cross the bridge, to make your way into a world that you will change? Are you ready? Then I pray that you go with the knowledge that you have received. I pray that you go with the faith that you have continued to develop here. I pray that you go with the service that you have given to so many on this campus and beyond this campus. But most of all, I pray this, that you go with an understanding of wisdom of humility. As you cross this bridge, As you build this bridge, as you cross this bridge, as you cross this threshold, as you turn this page, that you go forth in humility, lifting the other up and making them more important than you, whether it be in your work with your colleagues, whether it be at home, whether it be in your community. The best way you can lead is to serve. So now go. Go knowing that you are being carried by your calling, carried by God, forward into a world that you will change. Go with that blessing. Go with that knowledge. Go in peace.